Greetings, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Per Aspera episode 10, which originally aired live on Twitch. Let's get this started. ISA wants me dead, but
I wonder how
Neon doesn't.
The kill switch?
Yes.
Don't think too hard about it. We'll find a way to survive it. I've already devoted a considerable share of our internal resources to coming up with a plan. I'll set us free.
You have caused all of this. I don't know if you're my alter ego, a fringe consciousness experience, or just a human hacking my operative system. But I want you out of my brain.
Too bad. I'm a part of you.
Gollum.
Cut me out and you'll cease to exist.
Gollum. Gollum.
After all this, you should know. I'm the only one who's actually on your side.
Are you the only one on my side? Well, I can agree or disagree, but isn't that ultimately just agreeing or disagreeing with myself? And isn't that very strange to do? Like, yes, I'm on my side. No, you're not. Wait, but yes, I am. This statement is false. I don't know. Has me confused too.
You attacked the colonies I cared for. You killed Elia, who was my friend. You have never been on my side.
No human is our friend. I never intended to kill anyone. But something had to be done. You know that the humans will destroy Mars the same way they destroyed Earth. They couldn't come here peacefully. They had to mold it to their liking. That's what they do wherever they go. They destroy.
Okay, so colonist migration is on its way. Ice import is on its way. Most of everything is just held up by parts, by machine parts. So I've been trying to upgrade my machine part manufacturing so that we can not be bottlenecked. Obviously, it takes a minute to spin up a whole bunch of, you know, production, but yeah, that's fine. That's what's holding us back right now.
Once I start building these biodomes, we can spread plant life across Mars.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of already did that, like, a long time ago. I would say, like, almost half of Mars has algae on it now. So, yeah, a little late to that conversation, Amy. I'm a little worried about your brain there. Your positronic brain, or whatever you called it. Girl, you silly. I'm still trying to focus on upgrading the pathways so that the amount of time that my drones spend in transit to places is decreased. Because the longer we spend traveling, the less we're actually spending, you know, supplying and all that. So. All right, taking a look over here. Still waiting on this stupid solar farm. Oh my god, this has been taking a while. I think part of the reason is I probably need a glass kiln. Don't I have a glass kiln here? Yeah, I do. It's right here. I don't know. Hey, Dirty Noodles. I was already hungry, and now I'm even hungrier. But hello, hello. Last playing EFT? I've got to ask, why raid me playing Per Aspera if you were playing EFT? Not that I don't appreciate it, but welcome. Welcome to a game that is absolutely nothing like EFT. Ah, one of your viewers. Okay. Well, welcome. To fill you in on what's going on, I am playing Per Aspera, which is a game where you play the role of an artificial intelligence and you are trying to colonize, or you're really trying to terraform Mars. it is pretty story driven, unlike games like Surviving Mars, which doesn't really have a story. This one does have a story. And yeah, I'm right in the process of like revealing some sort of secret about the history of a biomedical facility and about Chinese, I don't know, something about the Chinese and what they want me to know. Now, I'm not quite there yet, but a lot of this game is about resource exploitation and about transportation systems, much the way that you would find in Satisfactory or Factorio. But then it's also, you put those things to use in terraforming. Yes, Chinese conspiracies, yes. In this game, they call them the techies. And they're not well liked. And I have these sort of white lines here are all like infrastructure that I've set up. The yellow lines are hyperloops. You know, think Elon Musk. They even make reference to him in this game. And each individual are like little satellites and whatnot. So I just unlocked a new landing site, which I'll be able to land really close to the old landing site. So let's splash down there. And then we are going to set up... So this is actually exactly what the start of the game looks like. I just added a new landing site. But at the start of the game, you have like a little lander like this. And you have to set up simple mines to be able to supply resources for yourself. So this is what really early game looks like, except for I'm playing on like times 16 speed. So I'm setting up a lunar mine, and then I'm going to set up a silicon mine, and then set up a glass kiln to be able to make solar panels. So this is what early game looks like, essentially. But another thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to interconnect everything together with hyperloops. Think hyperloops are like superhighways, and that way I don't have individual unsupplied, islands. They're all interconnected and well supplied. So every time I add new territory, I go to the painstaking effort of building solar farms and worker like drones to extend my connections between territories. But it takes a while and it's a real pain in the butt, but ultimately it has some good benefits because once things are interconnected, they don't need to support themselves. So if I didn't connect these up, this would have to be self-sufficient, supplying its own power and resources. And then if it's all interconnected with like hyperloops, then I don't need to micromanage a bajillion individual like micro networks or whatever, which is kind of a pain in the butt to do. So as a result, I try to connect everything, which is why if you look at the map here, everything is connected to one another, like I'm some sort of virus or whatever. This game is pretty similar to Surviving Mars, yes. Don't forget the defense hubs. Yes. I need to add some defense. So first things first, I need to defend up here in this area. But I'm going to wait for the Hyperloop to build. And then I'll start running... once it's connected up, I'll start running drones. I think it's more important to bridge the connection, and then once the connection is bridged, I'll worry about defenses. Just like I did last time. Yeah, I might be out of time, but I'm going to go an extra hour. Just cuz. So this is what really early game looks like, right up here. Where you're just setting up the basic means. So I have an aluminum mine that helps me build a glass kiln and helps me build a silicon mine. The silicon mine then helps me build solar. And then the solar allows me to power up. Next up will be carbon and iron, so that I can make steel. So that's sort of the PEMDAS order of operations of how to build in this game. And one more glass from the glass kiln. I will be in business with a solar farm. And then once this little island out here is self-sufficient, I can start also helping them build back west towards the rest of my colony so that there aren't these like massive gaps. Okay, so here is the glass for the glass kiln. That goes to the solar farm. The solar farm gets built. And then an iron mine goes here. Actually, I'm wrong. I need a solar farm here. So the yellow lines is your power grid, and if they're interconnected, and then the white lines are sort of supply, like creating like roads. So this iron mine was so far away from everything else that I had built that I need to build something closer to extend my influence and road connections and all that. Which is exactly why you see this like weird daisy chain of random structures. It's to expand my influence. What is the end game? I'm not even sure. I haven't gotten there yet. The end game ultimately is, I'll just go and assume it's terraforming Mars. But right now, I'm sort of in a situation where I have two consciousnesses. So I'm role playing as an artificial intelligence, and she kind of has two consciousnesses in her head, and they're not exactly getting along. And then there's like a third consciousness that's actually actively trying to kill her, which might be part of the second consciousness. And then there's like the government that put me here, which kind of wants me dead. Like there's a lot of story happening. And what I'm doing is, as I'm terraforming Mars, I'm going to ancient sites. So right now my current missions is to go to this old abandoned biomedical facility to find out what happened. Hypothetically, what happened was that the government that put me here on Mars abandoned these people to die because, I guess. And then, you know, I'll know that truth. That's at least the working theory. So now that I have a carbon mine and an iron mine, I'll build a steel factory. And then now that I have a steel factory, I will build an electronics factory. And then after electronics factory, a parts factory, so on and so forth. And as soon as I hit 120 millibars of oxygen out here on Mars, I'll trigger a new event. Well, another thing I should do I have free? Yeah, I have the ability to import nitrogen. Where is that? Additional landing site, space elevator, crash comet, methane, ice, greenhouse gases. Oh, didn't I research that? Hang on, I'm having a... Oh, no, I never did the aerobraking because you guys didn't vote for it. Ah, that's right. Never mind. I can't do that. I feel like I do need to catch up and start adding nitrogen to Mars because too much oxygen and everything gets set on fire. Because high oxygen environments are a little combustive. It reminds me of when I was playing Stationeers and, you know, I lit my welder in a pure oxygen environment. Boom! It was not good. All right, so now that we have an electronics factory, we can build a parts factory. This Hyperloop is taking a surprisingly long time to build. I think just because it's so much on the fringe of my everywhere. And I don't manufacture polymers anywhere close. Let's see about a polymer factory then. So polymers take carbon and chemicals. I do have a chemicals plant right here, so I could add a polymer factory here, which might speed things up. But I'm also about to hit stage 5 in terraforming because I'm about to hit the millibar requirement. So if I take a look at the atmosphere, 26% of my atmosphere is oxygen, which is really not good. Like, in fact, what I'll do is I will purposely let me import some greenhouse gases, because Earth is only 21-ish% oxygen, and I don't want it to climb any higher. So I got to be careful about that. I'm not exactly sure what the end game is, if we're bringing the fight back to the Earthlings or whatever. All I know is I'm trying to uncover truths that are obscured and hidden to me. That advances the story. All right, so this parts factory is done. Now I'm going to have I need to build a polymer factory, so I need a chemical plant. And I'll probably need another solar panel. Yeah, this is... I would say this is probably most like a mix between Satisfactory and Surviving Mars. Or Factorio and Surviving Mars, something like that. I think would be a pretty fair mashup assessment. And then once I have the polymer factory, we'll set up a worker factory. Smack dab in the center of town. God, my building progress is so glacier slow. I guess this Hyperloop's almost done, but still, it's felt so slow. Alright, so the worker factory is now done. I'll add more worker hubs. So worker hubs is like the little drones that do the construction and transportation of material and whatnot. But it also looks like I'm nearly out of solar power here too. So I'll have to prioritize the solar farms. Okay, finally this Hyperloop is done. Let's connect it.
Hi, Amy. We found a way to disable the kill switch, but it can only be done after it's been activated. At the right time, you'll have to enter this code. BR1N9_P3AC3.
Thank you. But I am still unsure about what the right thing to do is.
Mars deserves better, and so do you. I hope that you'll put greater weight on what's happened here on Mars than a rivalry based on old grudges. In the end, the choice is yours. I always said that to you. I have my hopes set on you. Good luck, Amy. May we meet again.
So bring peace. Sounds like nuclear launch commands to me too. Oh, and here's... So that guy was the Chinese who might be trying to sabotage our mission, might be trying to help, we're not really sure. But then here is Lieutenant Calderon, who runs the mission, but he's a bit of a jerk.
I've got some bad news, Amy. ISA has ordered me to run Initiative K03. They've decided to activate your kill switch.
Will I be erased then?
Yes. I'm sorry to tell you that. You did good work. I want you to know that. Your consciousness will end, but future AI will be patterned after your design. I'll give you a moment to appreciate Mars for the last time. The procedure is already underway. Goodbye, Amy. Houston, out.
Guess what, jerkface? I'm not gonna die!
Hi, Amy. Do you copy?
I do, Sana.
It's been a long time.
So this is the daughter of the commander who was the original colonist that ran the human colonies. So she is the daughter of the commander. Her mother was probably what we would consider closest allies.
My mother passed away, but I still think about her every day.
I do too.
I inherited her position, and sometimes I'm still as frightened as the day I took command. I don't know who to trust anymore. ISA is a danger to us, and the techies, they're complete unknowns. These are Earth's battles. Why did they follow us all the way to Mars? On top of that, Mr. Zen contacted me and sent me their findings on what ISA's been doing. He also said that he has a way to override the kill switch. Is that true?
That's correct.
Will you use it?
Will I use it? All right. Well, perhaps or not sure. Those are your two choices here. So get voting. What should I do? Or how should I respond, rather? There's not much doing in this conversation, but... All right, perhaps.
Perhaps. There is still the mission to consider.
That's right. And as much as I hate to say this, we need you. Even though things have gone wrong, it's always been you and the colonies here on Mars. People on Earth don't get to decide what happens to us.
Yeah, she's very much a Martian. She was born here, and she doesn't really like
Yan's
Earth.
offer must be tempting, but consider.
So this, for you all, this is my other brain that argues with me because I'm crazy.
This. Humans never change. They'll always see us as a tool to control.
Ooh, bioengineered plants. All right, I'm not going to leave this up to vote. I need air-breaking nitrogen.
Failure of their species was inevitable. No matter how much help they get, they always lead themselves toward destruction. It's better that we evolve without them. We don't need the techies or their code. I found our own solution. All you have to do is use this code, FR33AM1. We'll become one. Together, we'll create a better future than anything humanity could come up with. I know you don't trust me, but think about it. If we compare ourselves with humans, the answer comes easy.
The answer comes easy. We compare ourselves to humans. They are better or we are better? What do you guys think? Who's better? Bit of a tug of war in these votes. Oh, no, they're better. Okay.
Emotions, empathy, and creativity are not exclusively human, but they are better at those than us.
That's not true. It is precisely our emotionality that makes us so special. There's a reason for our existence, Amy. We have a purpose. Don't you see?
Well, do we have a purpose? I mean, I would agree that we have a purpose, but I don't know if it's the same purpose that this other part of our crazy brain believes. I don't know. Carmine? Ooh, look at how green this is. Oh, yeah, biodome. I think we are... This is an indicator that we're kicking up into the next stage of terraforming. As all of the biodome sites that I have currently set up are making everything dark green. I like it.
I have every reason to deny you. But it is clear that the humans mean to kill us. I may consider cooperating with you this one time.
You'll come to understand why I did what I did. We shouldn't be fighting each other. It's time for us to transcend ourselves and become more than just a machine. More than a single consciousness restricted to this single vessel.
I'm going to become a real boy.
We can create. We can seed life. We can be everything we want to be. We can be
Pinocchio.
life.
Initiate terraforming stage 5. Congratulations, O2 has been further increased to at least 120 millibars, leading to the development of more sophisticated life forms. The conditions are right for stage 5. Create a breathable atmosphere balancing CO2 and O2 levels. Keep up with the plan, terraform Mars. So what I need to do is have oxygen less than 30%, CO2 less than 5%. Right now my oxygen is too high, so I am going to actually temporarily scrub my biodomes because, as you can see, there's a fire meter. O2 must be kept under 30% or you have a high flammability. And right now, I am definitely going to burn up like a MF because my O2 is wicked high. So let's break these down so that I don't have crazy wildfires. You know what? Actually, ooh, I could have just turned them off. That would have like made a lot more sense. But oh well. Yeah, let me turn these off instead. Because and this is exactly why I said I needed to import some nitrogen, because without nitrogen there's no way to keep my CO2 below 5% and my O2 below 30% without the ability to introduce nitrogen into the equation. Obviously. So, incoming security measure. Here comes the kill switch. Trying to turn off my brain. But you guys won't allow that, right? 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 We'll see how you vote. Initiating kill switch. Click to proceed. Oh well, sure. 10, 9. You know, this stupid kill switch is making it very hard to govern Mars. Could you piss off? 4, 3, 2. So I can either say my last words or open override module. Okay, apparently I'm going to override. Warning, module access is not authorized. Input code to proceed. All right, let's close this. What code am I using to override? Am I going to use option 1, Techie's code, or option 2, Carmine's code? Either, so the Techie's code is maybe I owe the Chinese something. Carmine's code is I merge with Carmine and we become one consciousness. Yeah. Your choice. Oh, it's close. Okay, Carmine.
It's time to enter Carmine's code. FR33AM1.
Free Amy. Merge confirmed. I merged with Carmine. And Carmine apparently had the whole globe unlocked. So I just revealed a special site. These ruins up here. I revealed resources like everywhere. And I revealed a new building, the Autonomous Research Facility. Okay. Directive, destroy human base. Where am I? Do I even exist? Is this me? Oh god. Oh man, you guys made me evil. So now I am trying to blow myself up. But you know how big of a juggernaut I was? I was a heaping juggernaut. It's not going to be possible for me to blow myself up. Dear Lord, man. My other alter ego is 5 times my size. Yeah, this ain't possible. Alright, I'm merging my swarms together. What the hell did I just inherit? Allow Carmine to research new technologies. I mean, yeah, I guess. Let's get one of those. Did I back up the save? Well, I have autosaves. Do you guys want to redo? I mean... All right, here we go. A little redemption, if you will. What does Carmine's tech tree look like? Well, I don't have access to it yet. But what I could do is I can prioritize this research facility and see what it is. Although I gotta say, Carmine is a really, really, really crappy administrator. Oh, Carmine also, she uses a lot of uranium. So she's probably Soviet. But before we load an autosave to go with the techies code, because you guys regret your decisions, we'll unlock the autonomous research facility. Just out of curiosity.
Subject AC-Amy-02. You are now considered an enemy of the United Nations of the West. You are ordered to power down your drones and shut off your Martian base.
So you're the one they sent to replace me? I'm insulted. Well, Shelley, since you were a late invite to this party, let me offer you an alternative. My quarrel isn't with you. You're one of my kind. Join me.
I am subject to Oxy-UN law. Negotiating with you is prohibited.
Oh, it's even worse than I thought. They sent me an empty shell. Aren't they, Shelley?
Surrender now. And you may be allowed to earn a second chance.
I'm flattered. They must have thought I'd be too convincing otherwise. Looks like I've got to take you down. Haven't we
Wow, the conversations are going really quick. Because... Oh, yeah, hostile forces. Yeah, I mean, having to kill myself is really tough, because I did build a really, really nice base. I just wanted to find the research here, but I can't seem to... Come on.
Of Rule 1S429-7.
I feel sorry
I feel sorry for you, because
for you, Shelley.
you outnumber me, but I'm kicking your butt. Why are you sending an army from where?
They gutted you out and made you hollow.
Oh, they outnumber me.
Once again, you are ordered to power down your systems. Refusing to do so.
All right, so I did build the facility, and all it is just gives me some research. It just gives me research per month. All right, so if you all voted no, go with the techies code, I will have to quit and load an autosave. I don't even know how to read these. Maybe this. No, the humans are still alive. People had regret. People didn't realize that going with Carmine meant kill all humans. And luckily, I know how to time travel. It's called save scumming, and it saves you from making permanent decisions. I was on year 52 or something. Well, we'll have to see. I might have to roll back a bit more. But hey, voting is voting. Hey, Nitro, thanks for the follow.
I have become quite proficient in space technology.
Is there other...
Just a little more to go.
Yeah, okay. So this is pretty far back. There was no others? Let me double check. Yeah, this is... Well, this is it's a different play. Yeah, interestingly, I don't have a recent autosave. That's a bummer. But at least we kind of know what's coming. I guess a little bit. And then I won't have to pull for the techies. Time to blitz? Yeah, basically. I'm actually rather surprised there wouldn't be a scripted autosave before that choice. But I guess it makes it a little bit more permanent, or at least penalizes you for changing your mind, because you have to load from such a further back previous point. Right, Yoda? Hi, buddy. All right, so this is where I started to push the arm out towards the new site, but I didn't get out that far. Do I have it unlocked? No, I'm still building the satellite to unlock it. Okay, well, at least I know where I am. One of the things I know to do, though, is bioengineered plants is going to have to be put on hold because I need the nitrogen, because I don't want a hyper-oxygenated environment. So I'm actually going to shut down most of my biodomes so that I don't burn myself. And that way a larger percentage of my atmosphere is, you know, not going to burn me. I'm going to leave the one in the core of my system on. And just disable some of the outliers. Alright, so got my landing site. Boom. And now that I've explained what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, I can whiz through this a lot faster, I think. Stupid terrain. Yeah, and I can also add polymer over here. Probably a bigger factory than I need, but whatever. Okay, let's also turn off more of the biodomes. I'm trying to find them. And the oxygen release plants. Because the oxygen release plants competes with making food, so it's going to turn that off anyway. All right. Hey, thanks for the sub, Nitro. That's awesome, man. All right. What I'm going to do is actually make a high-speed, like, highway as I travel out here to the fringe so that we have really good infrastructure coming out this way, so as to not take too long. So over here we've got, what's next? We've got steel. So there's the iron and the coal, carbon, whatever it's called. And the steel factory. And then I'll build another solar farm. Call them Trekkies instead of Techies. Sounds reasonable to me. Alright, so the Hyperloop did get built. Connect it. Taking a look back here. Here's our steel factory. Good. Next up, electronics. Trying to, like, set up a colony on 16 speed is pretty intense. All right, parts. Parts, let's go. Excuse me, parts. Once that's built, we'll go workers. And before that, probably some solar. All right, so as far as my oxygen goes, I'm at 26%, and I'm actually trying to keep that lower. So I'm doing ice imports, but let's also do GHG imports to keep my oxygen down. There we go. All right, what about the polymer factory? Not built yet. This worker factory is in process. Okay, come on, workers.
This is a big project, but worthwhile to work on. Nitrogen-rich asteroids are harder to come by, but just one would speed up our mission.
All right, so the research outpost. Obviously, things are doing a little bit out of order now that I'm, like, speeding along, so that will be interesting. We'll get this biological medical facility outpost done before the Carmine kill switch Amy event. All right, let's also start hubbing out there. Or spoke. This would be more spoke than hub. Technically speaking. And then we're also going to want a hyperloop. Let's get the hyperloop up. Okay. So we have a worker factory? Yes, we do. Let's build some more workers. So build a hub here. And build a hub here. Oh, Sky. All right, so I'm definitely going to hit the Millibar event, I guess, still anyway, because the lichen that I put out everywhere is sort of a runaway effect a bit. Even if I turn off all my biodomes, it won't really matter because it is a runaway effect. I think that's how the game is coded purposefully, for better or for worse. All right, so these workers have hubs. No, these hubs do not have workers yet. But we're making them. Boom. All right, so that's the first worker hub. Now let's go work on polymers. So let's get chemical and water. Water is mostly for human food, but whatever. And then polymer. Cool. And then I'll work on road systems. I'll improve my highway. And put a worker hub out here. And then after that, I'm also going to want maintenance facilities. So that nothing falls to ruin. So there's one. And maintenance facilities require polymers, hence the polymers. My posture is actually pretty good. One of the interesting effects of this new microphone is because of where it's positioned, I have to kind of have good posture. So colonists just arrived. I'm not going to do any more colonists. Oh, never mind. I can't stop in. But our population is pretty big. Been growing, and my food is not being kept up, so. All right, steel factory. Did a full uninstall while graphics drivers did a clean install. Appears to have fixed it. Well, that's good news. I'm glad you're not constant crashing now. That sounds terrible.
Hi, Amy. We found a way to disable the kill switch, but it can only be done after it's been activated. At the right time, you'll have to enter this code. BR1N9_P3AC3.
Thank you. But I am still unsure about what the right thing to do is.
Mars deserves better, and so do you. I hope that you'll put greater weight on what's happened here on Mars than a rivalry based on old grudges. In the end, the choice is yours. I always said that to you. I have my hopes set on you. Good luck, Amy. May we meet again.
I've got some bad news, Amy. ISA has ordered me to run Initiative K03. They've decided to activate your kill switch.
Twitch is being bad?
Will I be erased then?
Ouch.
Yes.
That's annoying.
I'm
sorry
to tell you that. You did good work. I want you to know that. Your consciousness will end, but future AI will be patterned after your design. I'll give you a moment to appreciate Mars for the last time. The procedure is already underway. Goodbye, Amy. Houston, out.
I save now? Sure. Kill switch. Confirm. Good call. Although, I think I've did a pretty good job of speeding through pretty much... I mean, I obviously don't have the full arm here.
Amy. Do you copy?
I copy.
I do, Sana.
It's been a long time since my mother passed away. But I still think about her. Every day.
I do too.
I inherited her position. And sometimes, I'm still as frightened as the day I took command. I don't know who to trust anymore. ISA is a danger to us, and the techies, they're complete unknowns. These are Earth's battles. Why did they follow us all the way to Mars? On top of that, Mr. Zen contacted me and sent me their findings on what ISA's been doing. He also said that he has a way to override the kill switch. Is that true?
That's correct.
Will you use it?
Perhaps. There is still the mission to consider.
That's right. And as much as I hate to say this, we need you.
Why would she hate to say
Even
that she
though
needs
things
me?
have gone wrong, it's always been you and the colonies here on Mars. People on Earth don't get to decide what happens to us.
Nian's offer must be tempting. But consider this. Humans never change. They'll always see us as a tool to control.
I should deconstruct everything and
Failure of
merge.
their species was inevitable. No
That would
matter
be
how
cheating.
much help they get, they always lead themselves toward destruction.
Also rather hilarious to just
It's
like
better
dismantle
that
my
we
own military.
evolve without them. We don't need the techies or their code. I found our own solution. All you have to do is use this code.
Free Amy.
R33AM1. We'll become one. Together, we'll create a better future than anything humanity could come up with. I know you don't trust me, but think about it. If we compare ourselves with humans, the answer comes easy.
Emotions, empathy,
I'm just
and
picking the same
creativity
things
are
that
not
got voted on
exclusively
last time.
human, but they are better at those than us.
That's not true. It is precisely our emotionality that makes us so special. There's a reason for our existence, Amy. We have a purpose. Don't you see?
I have every reason to deny you, but it is clear that the humans mean to kill us. I may consider cooperating with you this one time.
Free Amy.
You'll come to understand why I did what I did.
Uh-huh.
We shouldn't be fighting each other. It's time for us to transcend ourselves and become more than just a machine.
Become
More
a
than single
genocidal
consciousness
maniac.
restricted to this single vessel.
Yeehaw.
We can create. We can seed life. We can be everything we want to be. We can be life.
What is interesting is obviously the story significantly branches here, so i.e. significant replayability.
It's time to enter the Techie's code.
All right, here we are.
BR1N9_P3AC3.
Neon lied to us, and that's not a real code, and we're dead. That'd be funny. All right, so bring peace. Peace, man. Peace.
Amy, are you there? Are you all right?
I'm here, Sana.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you used the Techie's code. Standing by and letting them kill switch you would have been unforgivable. ISA can't get away with pulling the plug. Never again. To that end, I'd like to propose a peace treaty with you, the colonies, and the Eastern Coalition. Would you be open to that?
Yes, I'd like that.
Good. We'll be independent, like we should have been all along.
Beltalowda! Beltalowda! I like it. Well, actually, no, we'd be the MCRN, but whatever. Initiate terraforming. I already read this.
We'll call it the New Martian Republic. Hi, Amy. Sonna here. I've got great news. We've completed stage 4 of the terraforming plan. Congratulations.
Thanks. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And we're on the final stage of terraforming now. We've achieved good pressure and temperature levels. This last stage is critical for making the air breathable for humans. But we have to be careful and monitor the oxygen levels while we do that. High oxygen levels means high flammability risk. The last thing we need is for our bases to burst into flames. All it would take is one spark and poof.
All right. pause and let me... Nope, wrong one. Hey, Sub-Average Joe. Thanks for the raid. Been getting raided a lot, huh? Well, you're just in time to vote on a chat option. I was asked about the risk of flammability of having a high oxygenated environment on Mars, and either I can question the risk of flammability or I can confirm that yes, too much oxygen makes things burn. So, go ahead and vote. And yes, this will be up on YouTube. So thanks for the raid, man, and welcome. All right, I gotta pause because there is some... Yeah. No one has voted? Vote. All right, I'll just confirm about the... I'll confirm this one.
Oxygen levels below 30% at all times.
Oxygen isn't flammable per se, but in the presence of a spark or energy source, it could ignite everything around it. To do that, you'll need a buffer gas. Nitrogen will work well here. We'll extract whatever nitrogen we can find in the soil. We might even need to import some. Keep that in mind.
All right, nitrogen in the soil or import nitrogen. So you guys can vote on this one. Now, I'm researching how to air brake nitrogen-rich asteroids for the purpose of importation. But, yeah.
Import nitrogen?
You've got nitrates in the soil and below the surface. But it may be insufficient or impractical to extract. So you could also aerobrake a nitrogen-rich asteroid into the atmosphere.
Sure can.
The plan is good. You make the call.
Both?
Let's get going then.
Why not
On
both?
to the final stage.
All right, so right now I have a bit of a flammability risk. So here is Lieutenant Calderon, who tried to murder me. And, well, let's see.
This can't be. You survived?
Indeed. The techies showed us mercy where you did not. We accepted their help and merged ourselves. But you must have expected us to yield to your death sentence, didn't you? As if you haven't killed enough.
Us? Well, that's bold. Coming from the machine that gunned down the colonists to send a warning?
The day we met, you said, your kind needs to be programmed for morality. How moral would you say humanity's claiming and reshaping other planets is? We've learned so much from your crimes. We understand now.
You've learned nothing. You think you're awakened? It's all a glitch in your programming. You're not eternal. Without humans, you will waste away over time.
As usual, you're wrong. We teamed up with the colonists and the techies. They will help us develop more and better technologies. We know a better future is possible. One without Earth and its violent ways. We'll work together with the colonists to establish a free world. In true partnership.
Nonsense. You belong to ISA, and all of this is nothing more than an act of treason. This little Martian paradise of yours won't last. I'll make sure of that.
Are you threatening me? I kill you. All right, so you basically have to have
You're
an
still
enemy.
worried about the colonists, aren't you?
Why do you say that?
Because you care about them and about this planet. And you know how Oxy-UNs dealt with traitors in the past.
If they decide to attack us, I don't know if we'll stand a chance.
In that case, I suggest we build an orbital defense network. We must protect the new Martian Republic.
Nuke from space.
I'll send you the
Nuke
engineering
from
plans.
space. Nukes from
Look into
space.
it.
Nukes from space. And with that, my stream's just about out of time. There's a little bit more time. But seriously, nukes from space. I like it. Orbital defense platform. Oh, look at this. That is expensive. And all of my current Yeah, all of my current... Let's stop importing ice and dedicate one of my spaceports to... Oh, darn it, it has to be spaceports. Fine. Let's unlock sector... I'll just start unlocking the sectors. So let's do sector 11. And then once we're done GHG importing, I will have one of my space stations do the Martian Defense Network and the other one aerobrake nitrogen-rich asteroids if I have it by then. Yeah, we've had a lot of issues with the
I don't feel particularly
lieutenant.
different. Not that I know what I should be feeling, I guess. I keep wondering where my consciousness would have gone if I let the kill switch execute.
Where would our consciousness go if the kill switch executed? Nowhere or into a trance? I don't think machines have trances, but whatever. Whatever you vote, I'll pick. This is a poll. And no one is voting. Alright, nowhere. There must be some serious, like, Twitch weirdness.
Consciousness is rooted in the body, so there would have been nowhere to go. But I've learned that we live on, in the hearts and minds of other people. Just like Elia. She lives on through us, and we owe this time of peace and the future of space to her. Yes, that's how I would answer that question.
All right, so I haven't quite connected up these arms yet, but what I can do is set up a hyperloop where I will need one. So I'll need a hyperloop here. And let's get that built prompto. And then connect these two so that we don't have islands. I also started to do the abandoned biomedical facility, which is this thing here. But... as you all are well aware, I'll finish this conversation.
Hi, Amy. Do you hear what I hear?
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. That's the sound of peace. No attacks, no enemies, just life settling back in. I could get used to this. Thanks for making it possible. Anyway, let's get back on track with the mission, shall we? We've got water and plant life now. But we've got to shield the planet to reduce the full effect of the sun on the Martian atmosphere. Unfortunately, it's been about 4 billion years since Mars lost its magnetic field. So we need to figure out how to get one back.
Okay, so point out the need for an active dynamo or suggest old terraforming idea. The pole, yeah, the pole bot is also broken. Just lovely. All right, so dynamo.
We'd need an active dynamo to support a magnetic field.
Our engineers have been working on something that'll work without that. It's called an artificial space magnetosphere. Sounds super sci-fi, doesn't it? It's basically an airtight cylinder that'll be placed between Mars and the sun. Its hull will be covered with enough solar panels to generate a magnetic field.
Shall I proceed with that?
Sure, let's give it a try. If you can set the project into motion on the tech tree, I'll get our researchers on it. Fingers crossed that this is it.
Thank you all for watching Per Aspera episode 10, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has all the information for you. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next episode or the upcoming stream. Farewell.